How my daughter's city slicker boyfriend finally won me over. I never thought I'd be the cliche, overprotective dad. But then, my daughter brought home Preston. Preston was a big city finance guy. He showed up to our house in a spotless electric car, wearing a sweater tied around his neck. Exactly like an 80s movie villain. My daughter is a tough, boots-in-the-mud kind of girl. So seeing her with a guy who looked like he'd cry if he got dirt on his loafers, well, it really rubbed me the wrong way. For 6 long months, I gave him nothing. Just tight smiles and one-word answers. He'd ask about the football game, and I'd just grunt. Then came Thanksgiving weekend. My wife and daughter went out for a massive Target run, leaving me and Preston completely alone in the garage. The silence was heavy. I was tinkering with my truck, just pretending he didn't exist. He stood there, awkwardly holding his organic iced coffee. Then he pointed to the dark corner. "Is that a vintage Nintendo 64? I stopped wrenching. I looked at him. "Yeah, so?" He set his coffee down, took a deep breath, and said, "I will bet you $50 I can completely destroy you at Mario Kart." I laughed. Not a polite chuckle, a real, loud laugh. I hadn't played in almost 20 years, but I accepted. We dusted off the old TV. First race, he absolutely wrecked me, but then he started talking. He told me how he grew up with 4 older brothers who constantly picked on him, and how video games were his only escape. He wasn't a snob, he was just a nerd who learned how to dress well. I told him about the time I tried to ride a dirt bike to impress his future mother-in-law, and ended up face first in a massive mud puddle. 1 hour turned into 3. We were screaming at the TV, throwing elbows and talking trash. When my wife and daughter finally walked into the garage, they just froze. There we were, sitting on overturned paint buckets, shouting at the screen. Preston looked at my daughter, grinned, and yelled, "Eat my dust, old man!" That was it. The ice was completely broken. Now, I actually look forward to his visits. Somehow over a few pixelated racetracks. He became family.